So, and then there's, anybody who's seen the movie can log on to the website and do their own testimonial.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of incredible letters about people's lives that have been moved. And I want to emphasize that, often if it's a movie, it has a message, a lot of times the message gets so top-heavy and the filmmakers think it's so important that they forget that it has to be a movie that's entertaining. And this movie is a movie that's enormously entertaining.
Absolutely, from the beginning all the way
all
through.
the way to the end.
Yeah.
And within it is built the message.
Mm-hmm.
Within it is built the teachings. Within it is built who and what we are and what our possibilities are.
How has working on this film affected your life personally?
Well, one of the themes of the movie is it's the journey, not the destination. And can you imagine what kind of a wreck I would be if I had gotten this project and the destination was getting this movie made? I would have been an absolute wreck to go 23 years before I actually got to the destination. So because I was in the moment and because I just knew in my heart, and somebody would say no and I'd still know in my heart it was yes, and another person would say no and I'd still know in my heart that it was yes. So I was able to keep that yes in my heart for 23 years, that yes, this film will be made, and yes, we're going to make a quality film, and yes, we're going to make a film that's going to really make a difference in the world. And so, it's really Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, where he talks about that, you need to get out of your mind. Well, that's the same message of this movie. Get out of your mind, get out of the past, get out of the future, be present. Eckhart Tolle says, feel not your carcass, your physical flesh and blood body, but feel the beingness that you are, the soul that you are, the spirit that you are. Be present with that. Be aware of that. And so this movie, this journey has been a process of being that. And I have to say also that I was very male. I was very Tony Robbins. I was very, let's make this happen. And I mean Tony Robbins in a very good sense. Let's be passionate, let's be congruent, let's be focused. And I got this thing to a certain place where it looked like it was almost going to succeed a number of times. And then I had an incredible experience where I became aware of the inner female that I am. And I just basically merged and bonded with that inner female. And I realized to actually get this movie to happen, because it's such a special movie, that I had to allow the feminine, I had to allow being receptive, I had to trust the universe, trust that God or the goddess, or whatever you want to call it, the force, had plans for this movie. And I sort of had to get out of the way as David Welch, the male guy who's going to make this happen, and just trust and open up and just let it happen. And it was just amazing when I had that experience and I had that bonding. There I was, and then the movie just magically, just everything fell into place just perfectly. The money came forth, Victor Salva came forth. We had an incredible script. All of a sudden, Nick Nolte's there. I mean, it was just amazing. And
you mentioned Eckhart Tolle.
Right.
And you're going to be doing a project with him as well?
I am. My production company, Sacred Journey Productions, are going to do it in partnership with John Rotz, who's Visioneering Group. And John Rotz is the force behind What the Bleep. And he also represents Eckhart Tolle. So he flew up on Friday to show Eckhart Tolle the movie. Eckhart Tolle cried when he saw A Peaceful Warrior.
Oh, wow.
And then Jim Carrey and I flew up the next day to be with Eckhart Tolle. And it all came together that we just really realized we needed to do a movie about the principles behind all of Eckhart's books. And so Eckhart has been working away for 5 weeks now to do a treatment about how we can do this. And he just got back from Spain, and I think by the time I get back to the mainland, I'll actually get to see this treatment. But it'll star Jim Carrey, and it'll be developed by myself, my partner John Rotz, Eckhart Tolle, and Jim Carrey, and we're going to do that movie. So
That's really exciting.
It's really exciting, and I can
really
imagine
exciting.
like what and he's been extremely excited about it. He's just like really focused on, oh boy, I mean, because he's written the books, he's gone off on tour, Eckhart Tolle, but you know, and John Rott said, hey, Eckhart, are you sure you've done everything in every media? And he goes, yeah, every media, yeah, film. And so all of a sudden he just caught fire, and he's just really, so we're really excited to see, because how do you show an enlightened man who lives in the present moment all the time, that doesn't allow the past and doesn't allow the future to like keep pulling him away from being present? So it's a very exciting. I just have to mention one other project that I want to do, a couple others actually. I've just felt that the planet is so patriarchal. You know, God is a man, and you know, and men are kind of in control all the way, and it's very hierarchical. And you know, and women are somewhere down here, you know, although they haven't wanted to stay there, so they've been working their way up to where they should be, which is equal. And I wanted to do a movie a little bit like, maybe like What the Bleep, about enlightened women, because I wanted to have something that would show a model of female spirituality. And so I wanted to maybe have 6 different enlightened women. Amachi, the hugging saint, Mother Mira, there's a Cherokee woman who is enlightened. There's a woman that's the head of the Brahma Kumara, which is a bhakti yoga organization that's in 81 different countries, who's an enlightened woman. But I wanted to take all these enlightened women and then talk about, you know, women and spirituality, give a better model for women about who they are and what their spiritual presence is. And the Toltecs, you know, Carlos Castaneda,
yes,
Don Juan,
yes,
all of that is Toltec knowledge. And the Toltecs say that out of the void, or the clear white light, comes awareness, and then awareness divides into yin-yang, or male and female. And the fastest way back to enlightenment, or the fastest way back to the clear white light or the void, is the intelligent cooperation of the male and the female. And it's sort of like a magnet. You know, there's a North and a South Pole, right? Is the North Pole any better than the South Pole, or is the South Pole any more magnificent than the, you know, it's, you know, when you get into this intelligent cooperation in this relationship with the feminine or with the male, masculine, then you have something that is beyond just a masculine or just feminine. Now, obviously, each one of us has, I'm born a man, but I also have a feminine inner beingness. So it was my connection with my feminine inner beingness and my oneness with that, and my allowing that feminine energy to influence me instead of going, oh, no, I'm a man, I have to do this, I have to do that. You know, it's the combination of the two that makes me a whole being. And it's the fact that I'm a whole being that I'll attract a whole being in a woman who's in connection with her masculine. And it's that kind of relationship that's going to be really powerful. It's going to make a big difference on this planet.
Incredible. Again, I want to encourage everyone to go to the website, www.thepeacefulwarriormovie.com. It's a wonderful, wonderful website. Check it out. And this movie will be coming, it was at the film festival, it will be coming to Maui within the next couple of months, so look for that at the Cineplex.